Let's now take a look at those initiatives that are put in place by the central bank as we introduce Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu, who better to discuss. This is the third or fourth day in a row. No, today's Thursday, fourth day in a row that we discussed it. On FX. But now, Chika, we've got something to chew on. We've got measures that have been put in place. I mean, take your pick. You want to start with IMT, also the bank's NOP position? Anyone?
Okay, you know, our viewers, most of our viewers are not expert bankers like a lot of people.
Like you, no, say it. You can say it.
No,
like
no.
You're the expert.
They are very smart in their way. Everyone is very smart, but sometimes when you use some of these big words like NOP, net open position. So I always try to, break it down. Break it down.
Yes.
Explain it. See, everybody is trying to hedge. Hedge basically is like Naira is falling, the Naira dollar is falling every day. So people are buying in different ways. People are buying $1,000, holding it in their DOM account. Some people are buying the dollar and holding it in their house, and so on and so forth. All because of today, the exchange rate is 900, the next day is 1,100, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So everybody's trying to see, make sure they're not caught out, and make sure see whether they can gain from the further appreciation. I get a lot of people who call me regularly and say, Chika, what do you think? Where do you think the rate is?
Like you have a crystal ball.
So I'm looking at the big picture now based on this CBN net open position letter directive. So I push it out again, assuming that you bought $1 million, when the rate was 1 to 1,000, and then the rate moves to 1 to 1,100, you immediately make 100 million naira profit. What CBN has said, therefore, is this, that banks in the course of their business, remember the Nigerian banks, the currency of operation is what? Naira.
Yes.
But in the course of their business, they enter into foreign exchange transactions because customers have to import things and themselves have to do some other things. So the tendency, therefore, is that the banks are expected to hold dollars in the normal course of their business, sufficient to do the transactions they normally would do. So a bank, because the currency of holding Nigeria is Naira, is not expected to just buy dollar and hold it for 1 year. And so CBN, and so because of what's happening in the market, as the illustration I gave about, if you had $1 million, when it's 1 to 1,000 and you move to, you get a 100 million naira immediately, there may be temptation for the banks to hold more dollars than ordinarily required in the course of their business. Because as the dollars, the rates get higher, the banks make more profit. So it has two sides. In anything that you're making profit, you can also make a loss. So if a bank bought it at $1 million, remember I said if you move to 1,100, you make 100 million naira.
Yes.
However, if the reverse happens, the bank will also make losses. Now CBN staying up there, being the one single rule of macro financial stability, wants to say also banks, in this era of dollar and naira moving up and down, the more dollar that you hold, we know that there's tendency for you to make more profit, and there's a temptation for do that. You can also make what? Losses, which will affect the whole financial stability. So you cannot, we will do it, there's a formula we're going to give to you to calculate the amount of dollar you should hold in the normal course of your business. And anything above that will be that you are trying to speculate. So without going to this formula for net open position or whatever, this is basically what that CBN is saying. You don't need to hold dollars in the long period because you don't require to hold that. The currency of operation is what? Naira. And therefore, that's the big picture. Therefore, as a consequence of that, if you calculate the formula the CBN has given, the level of dollar you should hold, any other dollar above that, you must sell it today, February 1.
February 1, exactly. What did you make of the deadline? It was so quick.
No, because of the fact that, if you leave much room,
then,
Now, a couple of things are in play here. I mean, maybe some banks were caught out. Because for some time now, CBN has been asking banks to submit their net open position.
Okay.
And have been submitting it.
Yeah.
So with this CBN policy now, some banks yesterday, because CBN gave them a sheet.
Yes, so formula sheet and everything.
It can't suddenly change it can't tell you, if you have been submitting $100 million, $100 million as a net open position, it can't suddenly say it's $10 million overnight, because the week before, it was 100. 100. Do you understand now?
Yeah.
So for some people have been cut out that. But having said that, of course, what the system will gain from that is those dollars above the limit CBN said they can keep will now be sold into the market unfairly today.
Gotcha.
Now, I've done some little work. Among the FOGAs, one or two of the most active guys who have solid balance sheet in FX, they have done the calculations that they're going to push out between, let's say, below $150 million.
Okay.
Let's say 125, 130, 140 million dollars, thereabouts, based on the calculations. That's what's going to come to the market.
Okay.
Now, I'm also told, if you look at the big 5 banks or big 10 banks max, because a lot of other banks don't have anything to give them.
Right.
The market should expect something like between $700 and $800 million.
Okay.
Coming from this CBN policy.
Yes.
So, commendable. So this will come into the market. But I mean, of course, if I were a treasurer of a bank, remember also that if I do my calculation, I find out that I have $150 million to sell. Yeah. Who do I sell first to? My own customers.
Exactly.
That are looking to get FX.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try in-house to make sure it's easy to sort out. Even the customers I gave dollar loan before and all those kind of stuff who have been waiting for CBN to pay. Yeah. Those are things. So either way, there'll be supply that will come through to the market.
Okay.
So that will, more supply coming to the market, which is what we've been asking for.
Yes.
Will happen. So it's just like telling individuals, like now, I'll give you an example also. I think, depending on where you read, there are about $29 billion locked up in dormant accounts in Nigeria.
Right. That was a business day. Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Now, you've heard the Minister of Finance, even the President, talk about how they will do that. But you see, incentivize whatever. Because one or two countries that try to confiscate those, it's messed up the whole financial system. Yeah. So there must be incentive for that to happen. Because that's enough to solve our problem. Yes. So that's basically what that first thing is.
Fantastic.
And I think above $500 million, but below $1 billion will come in from there. Okay. At least in the market today. Yeah. And that should
we've seen some appreciation.
But remember I told you perception.
That's right.
Perception.
Yeah.
Perception. That was a lot of the rates. Maybe that 20% of this rate is in the market now is perception. Right. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So let's just buy today.
Right.
It's like the typical Nigerian thing that some people are running and you're here and the people are running towards you. You don't know where they are running. And they join you. You see, you start running. That's how FX market is. Yeah. You don't know what's happening there. So you just join. Okay, let me go and buy. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah. That's basically that. So that's basically the net open position thing.
Fine.
The consequence of that. The other one.
Yes, IMTOs.
I've been saying.
You have. I wanted to get to this.
Like I said yesterday, Rotus. Yeah. We know that the government is filled with very smart people. We know that CBN is filled with smart people. But outside here, we lesser mothers also, we have some ideas that may work.
Of course.
We've spoken about these IMTOs several times. And I said, I can't be washing dead bodies in New York or cleaning, doing care, this care job somewhere with madmen somewhere. Yes. And I pay me $100 a week or whatever. And I will change it to bring it to Nigeria. And he said I must change it at CBN rate. I mean, what kind of policy is that?
Got you. Yeah.
People must be free, to get the best rate that's available in the market. So all those policy of plus or minus 2.5%, something, all those stuff, they were for me they were not. I don't talk about them here. Yeah. They cannot hold that. I'm happy that the tap has been opened, and let the people bring in their money. Because what used to happen now is that some smart business people set up vehicles abroad to capture those money and give those people naira in Nigeria. So without coming to the pool or Central Bank of Nigeria.
Right.
So now, let the things come into the system and get your naira, and at the best rate possible.
Exactly.
One more leg remaining is export proceeds.
Aha. And you've talked about this.
And about the other side.
Yeah.
And I said that the exporters in Nigeria are going through hell to even export. The first thing is that the Nigerian custom is not for revenue. Their major task is to trade enablement. But in Nigeria, whenever I see custom news, the first thing is that we import duty calculation. This.
We played a video yesterday on revenue.
So that's what custom is doing, but it's trade enablement.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is why exporters are frustrated.
Yeah.
Sometimes by the time they go through the shege at the port, the goods they're exporting have expired.
Yeah.
You know, and then, so I said that all the raw materials required to produce for export are bought at the market rate.
Yeah.
Nobody buys something at the central bank rate. So you buy those raw materials as market rates, as exporter, produce, do all you're going to do, package to export. When you export, they say you should come and sell it at CBN rate. I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Right.
So you find exporters being creative, doing 2 checks, doing so many things to make sure that they get value for their money.
Yeah.
So again, CBN needs to look at that. In addition to the co-balances, the limitations, the stress that the exporters go through now.
Yeah.
The former CBN governor introduced this issue of dedicated port terminal for exporters.
Yeah.
I don't know how far that went, because we kept preaching for that.
Right.
That there should be a dedicated port terminal for them, where they go, the processes are simple, and the goods are good.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we're exporting flowers from Nigeria?
Valentine's Day is coming up.
No, if we're exporting flowers from Nigeria, the flowers are rotten at the port at this rate.
Okay, I see the point.
Do you understand the point?
Yes. So you need to be quick and smooth to just get them out.
Get them out.
Right.
The flowers, you just be seeing rotten flowers everywhere at Nigerian ports because of the processes. And the people, they don't care.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're supposed to be what? Trade enablement.
Right.
How do we get the flowers out of Nigeria quickly so they can earn the foreign exchange? Not bottlenecks.
Right.
20-something. You remember when we had a battle with custom here? That they have about 10-something tables in the port.
Yeah.
And they came and said it's not true. Meanwhile, it is true. So trade enablement is so key. Exporters are going through hell. And so even the little dollars are coming from there. Let it come in.
Yeah.
Then they liberalize the exchange rate. When they come in, they should be free to sell the money who they want to sell to, sell it how they want to sell to, under minimal regulations, and the whole economy, will gain from it.
Fantastic.
Chika,
do you need to get your
$10.
Yes. I have to get your thoughts on it.
I like calling him $10. Dollar.
Since we're talking about dollars.
Dollar. $10. Maybe you give us $1. But I mean, seriously speaking, the First Bank Holding is lucky to have him
as the board chair.
As the board chair of the First Bank Holding. A plus for the group, and no wonder the shareholders also are smiling. Do you recall the history of First Bank? I mean, he was initially in distress, I think 2016. The able management of the current GMD and his team, they brought out the bank from that from the slot, and then now Tedola is on top to take the bank to the next level. And his antecedents speak for him. Of
course.
And then we believe that as shareholders, what are shareholders' interests? Minority shareholders say, please pay us higher dividends. Let there be capital appreciation. Which even has happened. Capital appreciation has happened once he got into First Bank. All the time since he got into First Bank, even from a shareholder to non-executive director, things have evolved there. Now that he's on the saddle, we believe that First Bank has come to, the First Bank Holding group. Then, if I say it on air, they say I'm in this. Somebody tells me that, remember I said the other day that each time Tedola buys a share, looking, what did he buy?
Exactly.
and get that. So, congratulations, Mr. Tedola, on your appointment, and I hope that is for the good, First Bank will enjoy your tenure as the chairman on the board of the holdings.
Fantastic. Arise business analyst Chika. Chika, as always, I really appreciate you breaking down these matters for us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.